Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA DFS content. All these videos that get posted to this Reddit. I make updates with all the news that comes out throughout the day. So I'll have that link down below. And then, as always, we'll go over my lineup from yesterday. And then, if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on Twitter right here. I'll have that link down below. And then, ooh, unfortunate. And then, if you're looking for more in-depth content, I'll have my Discord link down below where I give you guys sportsbook plays, private videos, player pools, core plays, all the good stuff. I'll have that link down below. So getting the video out early today so I can enjoy my Sunday. Yeah, yesterday pretty straightforward slate. Memphis was just nuke. The core was Giannis Antetokounmpo. He smashed. Pippen smashed. Santi Aldama smashed. Jaren smashed. And then, yeah, Kyrie kind of screwed me with GG. If I just went Steph Curry over Kyrie, I think I would have got top four. Steph went for 59. I was 39th. So what is that? How do you do math? 16 points. So 16, 17, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22, 23, 22.25. Okay, it wouldn't have helped that much, but would have gotten close to top 10 there. So yeah, pretty good slate. Um, man. And if Luke Kennard didn't get ejected, so yeah, I mean, if how many people had Luke Kennard up here? Nobody had Luke Kennard up here besides that guy. Yeah, so I mean, if I went Steph and Luke Kennard, oh man, that could have been the nuts. I hate to do the what ifs, but yeah. All right, let's get into the slate, guys. We got a 7 game slate for tomorrow. Looks pretty damn good to me. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of good matchups, a lot of bad matchups, a lot of questionable tags. Hectic slates are what I live for. So let's get into it. All right, Golden State, Jimmy Butler probable. Jonathan Kuminga, I believe, is going to remain out. Quentin Post is questionable. Doesn't really matter too much. He is priced up, and we have Jimmy Butler back. So yeah, I mean, not the best matchup here going up against Charlotte. They've been a lot tougher defensively this year, but of course, I still have interest in Steph Curry. I would say Jimmy Butler probably my favorite point per dollar between the two. Just the role with them staggering him and Steph. His potential is like his stat sheet stuffing has gone way, way up ever since joining the Warriors because he is basically running the offense when Steph Curry is off the court. So I still like Butler quite a bit. I think Draymond's solid at 5.9K. Good matchup. Minutes have been great. Probably plays low 30s here. I wouldn't expect high 30s again with Jimmy Butler coming back. But I think Draymond's actually pretty solid tomorrow. Pod should play low 30s minutes. Good point per minute statue stuffer. He's fine at 5'9". I think I prefer Draymond. Then Moses Moody is a playable value. I probably wouldn't play like a Buddy Hield with Butler back. But I think Moody's completely fine. All right, moving on to Charlotte. Yeah, I mean, if Mark Williams is going to get his mid 30s minutes, I think he's perfectly fine at almost 8K in a somewhat okay matchup. He should be able to like pretty easily out rebound anyone on Golden State. So I like Mark there. LaMelo just a contrarian spend up for me, and then Miles is probable for tomorrow. He's just fine. I'm not really too excited about too much on Charlotte here. Nick Smith overpriced. Can't get into like anyone else with LaMelo back. So it's mainly just maybe a little bit of interest in like Mark Williams and LaMelo. All right, Portland. Did you guys see that Denny triple double? Like a 40-point triple double, just absolutely wild. Ayton is going to remain out, I believe. Yeah, he'll be out. Jeremy Grant, I assume will be questionable for tomorrow, but he's been sitting, so I suspect he sits, and I would suspect Robert Williams sits. But like, let's say Grant and Rob are in, then Klingon's minutes become a little bit more in question. What else do we have here? Like I wouldn't be as excited about really the main guys. It's a back to back. We could see like Denny sit as well. Sharp would go back to the bench. I still would like Simons. I would still like guys that like shoot a ton of threes. Philly, they're susceptible to a ton of 3-point shooting. So I wouldn't mind like Sharp, Simons, Denny, the top three guys. I'd just be less excited about the value here. But if we get like Grant and Robert Williams out again, I like quite a bit here. So Shaden Sharp has been starting, playing mid 30s minutes. I really like him. I think Simons is solid. Denny really, really safe, assuming he plays. Kamar's priced right. Klingon, if he can stay out of foul trouble, could nuke the slate. He's been playing a ton of minutes. It's just he can't stay out of foul trouble. And then Scoot should play 30 minutes off the bench. He's viable. And then Banton will get a bump. He's playable. I don't know how many minutes Chris Murray ended with tonight, but we do have Denny back, so it doesn't really matter. All right, moving on to Philadelphia. Paul George is questionable. I mean, if he's out, I know Tyrese Maxey's dealing with that hand injury. He hasn't looked himself, but with Paul George out, man, he might shoot the ball 40 times tomorrow. Matchup isn't the best, but yeah, I think you have to have a ton of interest in Maxey tomorrow if Paul George is out. But like these secondary guys, I think would look great. Kelly Oubre would look great. Quentin Grimes would be really good. Andre Drummond started at the 5, played 21 minutes and nuked the slate. Definitely a bit of an outlier. Yabusele at 5-1, playable. Justin Edwards at 3.8K, I would suspect probably starts. He'd be a good value. They'll probably have to dust off someone else here. But if Paul George is out, I think you're definitely going to want some of these Sixers. I think my favorites are like Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes, Edwards if he starts. And then if Paul George is in, like Maxey, like Paul George, really like Kelly Oubre. Grimes is playable, but I think he'll be a little bit over-owned after last game. I probably wouldn't mess with the value. All right, Washington. Jordan Poole is going to remain out for this game. Starters should be Blau, Chris Middleton, Sarr, Keyshawn, Bub Carrington. Really bad matchup going up against Miami here. I don't know if I'm excited about much. Sarr in a really bad matchup. I think I'll probably pass, but the price point's a little bit intriguing. I think my favorite plays are Bub Carrington, Keyshawn, George. They should play low to mid 30s minutes, okay point per minute. Just a really bad matchup here. Chris Middleton, of course, has a really high ceiling, but the minutes just aren't going to be there. So, like, if Chris Middleton's Giga Chalk tomorrow with the team to himself, I think he could easily just fade. Just because if he's only going to play 24 minutes a game, he needs probably close to 38 to be a must at this price point. I just don't see it at 24 minutes a game, but he's going to dominate usage. So, Middleton, if he's not Giga Chalk tomorrow, I think is solid, and then Bilal's playable. But I don't think anyone's musts here. I don't think anyone's like a nuke. Then we get to Miami, where if we get everyone, same guys out tomorrow, I love Miami. Like Tyler Herro, love. Bam Adebayo, love. Khalil Ware, really like. Alec Burks started the game tonight. He'd be a really good value. Highsmith would be playable. And then Davion would be solid for values. This Miami team would look great to me if all these guys remain out tomorrow. If we get like Jamie in and Andrew Wiggins out and they start Jamie, then I really like Jamie for value. If we get Andrew Wiggins in and Jamie in, then I think I really just like Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, and then Khalil Ware is playable along with Andrew Wiggins as long as he's not on some type of limit. All right, moving on to Atlanta. Trae Young's probable for tomorrow. Okay spot. Yeah, I mean, sub 10K Trae always in play for me. I think Okongwu's decent at 6.1K. I think he's probably one of the better point per dollar center plays around that range. Center, kind of weak. Yeah, kind of weak. So, yeah, I think Okongwu's definitely pretty strong. And that's it. Dyson's priced right. Risher, no. I guess he's fine. I don't mind it, actually. I think Risher's fine, as long as no other value opens up later, which we could have value right here. Like, if these guys are all out again, we know what to do. Jaren becomes a piss nuke. Aldama becomes amazing. Eddie would be a really good value. Jalen Wells would be a really good value. Luke Kennard would be a really good value. Scottie Pippen Jr. would be a really good value. G.G. Jackson didn't play as much as I thought he was going to, but he'd be fine in large field GPPs. You would just need to load up here. Like John Conchar, he played 17 minutes in the starting lineup. He'd be playable in large field GPPs. They would be the best team on the slate in a great matchup. It wouldn't even really be close. If we get like everyone in, then yeah, I love the top three guys in John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane. Really like those three. And then everyone else priced up, I probably wouldn't mess with really anyone else there. I guess Vince is passable for value, and Brandon Clark would be a solid value, I guess. Moving on to Houston, I would assume these guys just sit tomorrow. Why is everyone questionable here? If they all sit, then we're loading up on like Cam Whitmore, Aaron Holiday, Jabari at 5-1, Jalen Green with the team to him. My only concern, it's a really bad matchup, but like, yeah, man, Whitmore has really been DMPing. He would have to play probably. Just wait for starters. But standouts would be, Cam Whitmore, Jabari, for me. And then if you want to go to like Jalen Green with the team to himself, yeah, just really bad matchup. Aaron Holiday. There will be a lot to like here on Houston. Just really bad matchups is all I'll say. If we get like everyone in, I don't like anything. I'll probably just pass on Houston tomorrow. Moving on to OKC, really bad matchup. Chet, I would suspect, remains out, but if he's in, kind of kills like Hartenstein. I wouldn't be as excited about really anyone else. If Chet's out, then yeah, Hartenstein's playable, just not the spot to really attack. Then we can consider like Casey Wallace and Aaron Wiggins. Sacramento, Sabonis is doubtful, questionable. If he's out, Jonas becomes one of the best plays on the slate at 5.4K, elite point per minute. He would just have to play a decent amount of minutes, like the spot as well. So he would be fantastic. What else? Keon Ellis probably has to play more. Don't mind that. And then like Levine, Monk, DeMar are all okay at their price points. I don't think they're going to get a significant usage bump with Sabonis off the court, but they definitely get a little bit of a bump. The main standout would just be like Jonas, easily. Moving on to Dallas, PJ is questionable if he's out. Najee Marshall, I like. Max Christie is playable. I really like Kyrie Irving at 9.5K. It's just no one's playing him. The ceiling is massive. And then, like, yeah, this grouping of, like, Clay, Najee, Christie all become pretty solid if PJ Washington's out. Moses Brown had a good game again. He's priced up, though. Exum would be playable. And then if PJ's in, I'm less excited about, like, you know, the values, Clay, Najee, Max Christie. It would mainly just be Kyrie Irving for me on this Dallas team. All right, last game of the night, and it's a good one. Detroit at Utah. Cade, I think, is one of the best spin-ups on the board. I absolutely love him in a fantastic matchup. Jalen Duren has been incredible of late. I have no issue with that. Ozer, I really like for value of 5.3. This is a great match for him. What else? Malik Beasley is even playable. Tim Hardaway Jr., if you want to take darts, that's fine. But the main scouts are definitely the starters there, outside of Tim Hardaway Jr. I think Cade is just phenomenal. And then it just depends. If everyone's out again, then, you know, we're playing this value again. Then Kyle looks great. Then Bryce is really good. Then KJ is really solid for value. Juzang becomes playable. Svi would be a viable large field play. Both the guards would look really solid. It really just depends here. And we'll see what their minutes end with tonight. So it's really hard to say right now. If we get like some guys in, then, you know, we'll reevaluate. I'm sure we'll get some of this news tonight on who's going to be questionable for tomorrow. I would suspect they play. They're just out for rest. So just, yeah, expect them in tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for the slate, guys. Hopefully you guys had a great night. I will talk to y'all in the next video.